decides to wage a serious and substantial attack on Iran, is the United States mainland, where you and I and people we know and love and work with and 330 million other Americans live, at risk?
Yes, we still have the strategic soft underbelly of the United States. It's a place called Mexico and the Caribbean basin. And any number of things could find their way into the United States from that region. We've got probably 30 to 31 million people in the United States about whom we know absolutely nothing that came in over the last 4 years. And as Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard pointed out months ago, we don't know anything about them, but we know that they include many terrorist and criminal organizations from the Middle East and Central America. And we should expect that they will manifest themselves. Now, how will they do it? Where will they do it? I don't know, but we've got numerous nuclear power stations, power grids. And as you know, we have people that are vulnerable in all sorts of places, malls and elsewhere. So any number of terrible things could happen. And it's interesting to me that people are trying to make fun of or mock the Iranians for their inability to keep out intelligence agents from operating inside their country. Well, Iran is a little less than half the size of the United States. We are enormous, with borders and coastal waters that stretch for thousands of miles. We haven't even controlled those borders or coastal waters very well for years. Anyone who thinks that we are somehow or another invulnerable to this kind of activity is crazy. I'm sure there are all sorts of cells operating inside the United States that could pose very serious risk to us. And I think we ought to take it very seriously. Hopefully, President Trump is being told about it. You know, how many millions of illegals that include terrorists or criminals are we dealing with out of 31 million? Is it 500,000, 100,000, 200,000? And we have no more than 21,000 ICE officers? Are we kidding ourselves? We're in a lot of trouble, Judge.
Would Iran have an easy time of attacking the American troops that are in the Middle East?
Well, I don't know if I would call it an easy time, but could they be attacked and could we sustain thousands of casualties? The answer is absolutely. These bases stretch across Jordan down through what we used to call the Shia crescent or Mesopotamia, down into Qatar, Bahrain, and other locations, even in Saudi Arabia, where we have airfields and air bases. And the Iranians have made it very clear that if any of these states offer their bases to American access, that they're at risk. We also don't know what would happen in Jordan. That's a very tenuous place right now. The population there is very explosive in its attitudes, and the violence that could break out there could also affect us. I don't know what the Shiite militias and others in the region would do to our remaining bases in Syria or Iraq, but I don't think it would be friendly.
Chris, can you play